Pizza or not pizza? Every night's a pizza party. Why not? Yeah, why not? Let's go grab some ice cream. Oh, you can't say no to Oreos. Oh, look at that. It's all special. Last but not least, tuna. Nobody likes a tuna here.
Bullshit, asshole. No one likes a tuna here.
Because I'm all about the health life.
I like the tuna here.
Right now, drop it in. Drop it like it's hot. Alright guys, from the food that I went shopping for, I'm going to show you how to get mad results by setting up your macros. To the studio. I'll send this later. What is happening guys? Kuba Slensky from Athena Active. I want to show you how I set up my macronutrients. So your macronutrients are broken down to 3 components: your protein, your fats, and your carbs. So the reason behind setting up your macros is to determine how much calories you should be consuming on a day-to-day basis for maintenance, as well as to achieve certain body composition goals, whether that is to gain weight, to bulk up, eating in a surplus, past your maintenance calories, or to be in a fat loss, to eating in a deficit, so below your maintenance calories. So first things first, we're going to determine the calorie breakdown on each macronutrients. So for 1 gram of protein is equal to 4 calories, for 1 gram of carbs is equal to 4 calories, for 1 gram of fat is equal to 9 calories. So your first initial stages is to find your basal metabolic rate, your BMR. So from our research, we've obtained a formula called the Kac-Makarov formula, which uses standardized values multiplied by your lean body mass. So our first step, of course, is to find your lean body mass. This is done through various ways, through a Tenita scale, a DEXA scan, a body caliper test, which pinches your fats around your body. So using myself as a prime example, and a Tenita scale, I'm weighing at 98 kilograms, and a Tenita scale obtained a value of 11% body fat, which I substituted that into my lean body mass equation. So from there, we've got our lean body mass of 87.22, which I substituted in the BMR, which obtained a BMR of 2,253.5 calories. So our next step, of course, is to find our total energy expenditure, a TDEE. So this is basically how much calories you're burning while partaking in physical activity. So this will vary from person to person. So someone that's partaking in a lot of sports, vigorous training, as well as a physically active job, their TDEE will be much more higher as opposed to a person that doesn't do any sports or has a much more laid back job. So still using myself as an example, my BMR multiplied by a factor of 1.5, which means partaking in training 6+ hours of vigorous training, gave me a TDEE of 3,379.5 calories at maintenance. So our next step guys, we've already determined our maintenance calories. So in our example, we're going to be targeting for fat loss. So we have to be in a deficit, meaning eating calories less than our maintenance. So we're subtracting 500 from that value, which gives us a deficit calories of 2,879.5 calories. Our next step is to determine our intake of protein, fats, and carbs. So again, these are just ranges we've obtained through our research and through different fitness professionals. A good range is between 1.8 to 2.2 grams multiplied by your kilogram in body weight. So again, this will vary from person to person. If you have a higher lean body mass, then you should be consuming much more grams of protein as a person that has less lean body mass. So I chose a mid-range of 2 multiplied by my total weight, 98, which gave me a macro count of 196 grams of protein. From there, I've got to determine the calories. So we know that for 1 gram of protein is equal to 4 calories. 196 multiplied by 4 gave me a calorie count of 784. Our next step, fat intake. Again, we're using a range guys, 0.2 to 0.4, multiplied by a deficit calories. So this will depend on person to person. If they prefer fats as opposed to carbs, they'll pick a higher range of 0.4, or if they prefer more carbs than fats, they'll pick a smaller range of 0.2. Again, I chose the mid-range, 0.3. 0.3 multiplied by my deficit calories, 2,879, gave me a calorie count of 863.85 calories. From there, I want to determine my macro count in grams, divide that by 9. 1 gram of fat is equal to 9 calories, gave me a macro count of 95.9, which is approximately 96 grams of fat. So we just determined our protein intake, our fat intake. Our last step, of course, is to determine our carb intake. So from our carb intake, we've got the total deficit calories. We're going to subtract that by the protein calories minus the fat calories, which gave us a calorie count of 1,231.5 calories. From there, we divide that by 4. 1 gram of carbs is equal to 4 calories, which gave me a macro count of carbs in 308 grams. So there you have it, guys. That's my macro count to achieve fat loss. So tips and tricks to achieve fat loss, guys. It's all a matter about consistency. So really try to stick to your numbers and try to hit your targets. Again, if you do fall short, it doesn't matter. As long as you're on a consistent basis that you're trying to achieve these targets, then you will lose weight. Achieving a weight loss between 0.5 to 1 kilograms is very sustainable. And if you are still losing with these type of macro count, then really stick to it. I really do suggest that you do weigh yourself on a day-to-day basis, preferably in the morning, because that is when you're at your lightest. If you do hit plateaus, adjust your calories. So drop your calorie count of around 100 calories and pick which macronutrients. Preferably, I would select either fats or carbs. Me personally, I'll choose carbs. So I would minus 100 calories, which is 25 grams of carbs, and really stick to it. Do the same process before. Monitor the food that you're consuming, as well as weigh yourself on a day-to-day basis. You guys are probably thinking, how the hell am I going to do this? This is just so intense. A suggestion or a trick or a smartphone application that I like to use is called MyFitnessPal. This app is actually really user-friendly and allows you to find different types of foods that you can look up that will give you a macro count and which you can save to your food library and food diary. As well, it gives you the opportunity to scan various types of foods through their barcodes and record those foods into your food diary. Alright guys, there you have it. That's how I set up my macronutrients. If you are struggling or want more information, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. But again, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on more information I'm going to provide for you guys in terms of health and fitness. So that's about it, guys. Peace.